So our next big topic we want to talk about is, so we're at the end of April right now as we're taping this, and our official launch is going to be the first week of June. But we are launching kvCORE with kvCORE Listing Machine and kvCORE Social and kvCORE Back Office to all of our realtors across all of our footprint, absolutely free. That's right, absolutely free, which is crazy. So kvCORE is one of the leaders, not everybody knows about every little thing out there, but it's one of the leaders, and to me, I think it's the best tech stack out there. So I went through months of research. I met with all the different people.
And excuse me, when he goes through research, I'm talking about this gentleman will read hundreds of blogs, right? Hundreds of blogs from realtors. He's following hundreds of realtor blogs out there and listening to what everybody's saying. You get into these kvCORE blogs. I mean, you really spend a lot of time listening to what other realtors are saying about everything. And
sure.
I watched you go through dozens and dozens of hours on several different products.
Sure.
And this one by far struck out to you.
Yeah, and 2 or 3 hour walkthroughs with sales staff. And I went to Inman and met with a lot of different ones. And I think that, so there's a lot of good products in the industry, but I thought this was the best tech stack from beginning to end to really, for realtor success. So, you look at things from a global perspective on how it can help us. But I really was diving into the realtor level. Like, if I was a realtor today, could I really thrive in this system? And what are the great ways that I could benefit from it? And that's really where we ended up landing on this decision. And I'm so excited. There are certain elements of other programs that were good. Boomtown is this one is this. But to have everything was the best with kvCORE. And that's really why we went this way. And we're just couldn't be more excited. This is the next huge building block in our company. And we're just so excited to implement it. I can't wait. But the many realtors individually right now are paying for kvCORE and their whole product suite.
$1,200 a month.
$1,200 to $1,500 a month, depending on what they've got. And they don't even actually have all the features that we're paying for as part of it, but they're paying for that every single month to be able to run their lead generations and websites and CRMs and all of the listing activity reports and all the great things that attach to it. But we're providing it to every single realtor starting June for free, and we're setting up all the process now. It does take some time, but we're super excited about that. EXP, I don't like to talk about other real estate brokerages very much because we're just talking about the positive things we do, but EXP is obviously a fully virtual brokerage out there, and so they're obviously all tech stack. Well, this is the tech stack EXP provides, but we actually have the core listing machine and core social add-ons that they don't even provide, and they charge an $84 a month tech fee for their kvCORE package and everything included with it. So it just kind of puts it in perspective as to if this is the one that is purely focused on virtual.
But they're on an 80-20 split.
And they're on an 80-20 split. But if this is one that's purely focused on virtual contact and they think this is the best tech stack out there, that means a lot to us that are considering joining it. Some of you companies out there may either have dabbled in it or know about it. And I know a couple companies out there are starting to provide it as well, but we just think it was an awesome investment. We're really excited about it. And so what does that mean? I want to talk about some of the key features. We're not getting into the weeds of every little feature about kvCORE, but I want to give you a little bit of an overview because I think you need to know the power of it. So it's providing full customized websites for every realtor. So every realtor every office, so like your office would have their own website that's customizable. So I'm just going to keep using an example, but there'll be a Samson Properties Alexandria website individually for them. Off that web, every single agent will be provided a free website which they can connect to through there. They have, and it's customizable all to them, and they can look totally different than each other, but it's the same framework that they can start with. And that's cool. I mean, people are spending tons of money right now on websites. So being able to say that we're going to give you this website is a cool block to start with. Smart CRMs. So everybody's got a CRM. They're like, well, great. There's a million different CRMs out there. Well, CRM's as good as what you're going to put into it. But this one is even better because it's smart. So if Ethan right now clicks on one of my web pages or clicks on one of my ads out there, it's going to pull down within 60 seconds where Ethan lives, if he's married, if he's not married, if he has a family, where he works, all of his social media contacts. Everything's going to connect to and it's going to learn everything virtually they can about Ethan in 5 seconds or 60 seconds. Now that's scary on one level, and you're like, what the heck? But if that information's out there, then I want to know about it. Now, why do we care? Because it's going to better help the CRM and me produce information back out to Ethan to entice Ethan to be my next client. So that smart CRM is really cool, and it's going to start marketing to him on the level that he wants to market to. It'll know where he's clicking on stuff on my website. Is he clicking on $500,000 properties or $800,000 properties, or kind of what's he doing? So
and it alerts you, right?
Yeah. And
if he starts clicking, you see it.
It'll see everything we've got. So we've got, so with that, we'll see this. So we offer you 3 different kinds of apps for free through this. 3 different kinds of apps. One is your CRM app. So you log on, you pick up your phone, Sampson Properties logo, it's your CRM app. You can do it on your phone or you can do it on your desktop every day, but you log in and you can see all the different things that the system is telling you to do. Well, today, Ethan was clicking all these different properties. You should hit up Ethan. You know, John just got a new job, so you might want to connect with John and congratulate him on the new job, because it's tickling everything they're doing out there, and it's giving you reasons to reach out to people based on their activity out there in the world. So your CRM app is your first one, where you can control everything. It's like you're a smart coach, your app is. You pick up your app every day, it tells you the 8 things you should do today that can really help you market to your sphere better.
Wow.
Are you kidding? A smart coach, this computer that's going to tell me what to do every day?
Free?
For free. So Smart CRM's the first app. The second app we provide you is for open houses. So it's a Sampson Properties open house app. You can open it up, and nowadays people can't touch your phones or your iPads. We're not even doing open houses. But let's fast forward 60 days. We're allowed to do these things, right? Well, now everybody that comes into my open house, they either can log in the iPad or the phone, or if they write down their information, I can manually log it in. How many of us, if we're being honest, had 15 visitors in our open house today, and they all signed in on the sign-up sheet? I couldn't read half their writing. I didn't ask for any clarification. They got put in a stack over here, and my follow-up was maybe I called the 2 back that seemed really interested, and the other 13 were, I'll get to that tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. And we never really got to it. If we look back 6 months from now, all of a sudden we got 100 pieces of paper over here, 200 pieces of paper on open house leads that fell off the wagon because I didn't follow up very well. Well, that's not ideal, right? Well, if they're all got put into the app right away as all the people I met at the Center Street open house, well, now all these people are going to start to get marketed to right away. It's not only it's Smart CRM, but it's a nurturing app. So it's all about nurturing Ethan, who walked into my open house at Center Street. Well, now it's going to start reaching back out to Ethan. He's going to be in my web. He's going to tell me what's going on. Now these 15 people that came to my open house, I have so much better chance of ever selling them a house because they're in my CRM automatically from the open house. It's reached back out to them right after the open house and given them properties in the area that might be of interest to them, reasons that they should start working with me. It's got the automatic follow-up that I've said. An hour after the open house, tell them this. The next day after the open house, tell them this. And you set up that plan, so now all of a sudden you're marketing to these people after the open house right away. All you had to do was put them in the first time when they walked in the door. I mean, that's amazing when you think about how many people come into open houses that never get touched or you forget about. You know, we've all got stories for, at least, you know, most of us do, I think, that, you know, I would have people that, I met you at an open house 1 year ago, and you know, now I'm calling you because it's time to list my home. Well, first of all, I'm thankful they remembered me from a year ago, but I probably just got lucky because I didn't do a good job of following up with them for the last year. I met them a year ago. They said, send me, I'm going to sell, and you know, maybe I got them on a postcard list, and they got a postcard every once in a while. But the odds are, once they said, I'm going to sell in a couple of years, they fell off my radar because we're so busy. We're so busy worrying about the business that's right in front of us right now. We don't think about the business we're going to have to get 6 months from now, and 9 months from now, and 12 months from now. You know, and that's where we lose so many possibilities of transactions without a good system like this to follow up. So the open house CRM, or the open house sign up, is the second app. The third one is actually might even be the coolest app that we give out of any of them. So this is where I can give you a personalized app. So I'm Donny Sampson, the realtor. You're my new buyer client. I send you a link. You click it. It opens up. It's got my picture or my logo or whatever I want it to say on it. Now you've got the Donny Sampson app on your phone. Why is that important? Well, you're my buyer client. Where do I not want you? On all the different websites, right? Because if you're on Realtor.com and Zillow and all the different places, that's fine. You're going to do a little bit of that. But whose faces are on every different ad out there? A million different realtors that want to make you their buyer client. So I don't want them on Zillow. I don't want them on Realtor.com. I want them in the Donny Sampson app every day. How cool would it be to give somebody an app with your picture on it? Well, now every day when they're looking at homes, I'm getting all that information. If they make a note or they ask a question, it's coming right to me. They're now connected to me full time, and I'm branding them as my client, and they're like excited, like, oh great, I just opened. It's like they've got this beautiful app with maps and information and everything that I've given them. I look like a rock star. I look like a pro and a rock star. I don't want them out there being enticed by the realtors, and they don't want to be out. A lot of times, like, yeah, we're good, but they know when they go to these other websites, they got to swat away all the other realtors with a fly swatter, because that's what Zillow is paying, right? And Realtor.com, everybody's paying them thousands of dollars a month for your information so they can reach out to you. Well, your buyers don't want to be bird dogged. They want to keep this relationship. So
it generates leads.
Absolutely.
It really does. That's what I love a lot about it.
It generates leads, but it's keeping this part of it is really just keeping this relationship
which
going,
ultimately generates leads.
So not losing that. So those are some of the key points. The other thing is it's all free lead generation. So we pay for, right now we pay for free Facebook ads for every open house you do and every new listing you do. We pay for Facebook ads. So once we launch kvCORE, that'll be a part of the kvCORE universe. So your free ads. So every time you get an open house, if you're one of my realtors, or every time you've got a new listing, we're going to run a Facebook ad for you. And any leads that click on it are going to come right into your kvCORE web, so they're going to be marketed to you right away. The likelihood that you're going to land one of these 10 or 15 people that click on your property as your next client is so much higher if they're automatically going into my lead flow and into my system. They're telling you who all these people are. They're following up with emails and texts and calls. So now all of a sudden you're marketing and nurturing this person the second they click on one of your ads.
Wow.
Which is just so life-changing for somebody like, look, I might run Facebook ads, but are you going to log in and check who's doing it, then follow up? Well, it might be stale, right? If they're automatically going into your lead flow system, it's just so much better. So the lead generation, the Facebook ads, all those things are fantastic. You can create.
By the way, you said Facebook ads for free on every open house, right?
Every open house and every new listing.
So even if you got people out there that are trying to get in the business and they're new, and the first thing you do is get them to do open houses. Now they can generate a lot of leads out of those open
Absolutely.
houses. Team leaders.
Yep.
Team leaders got 6 listings. He's going to do an open house. Boy, they got leads coming in from all over the Facebook on those free ads.
You've got to get them all aggregated into one spot.
And we do 300 free postcards.
Yep.
We'll get to that later. But
you got to aggregate them all into one spot, and then so that you can start marketing to them, nurturing them, and keeping track of them is the key, because there's so many things that we lose track of when they're not in an organized system like this. So I think not only lead generation, but keeping those leads as they go in and starting to market to them. You can create your own squeeze pages or own ad pages that anybody that clicks on these pages will fall into your lead system. So there's so many opportunities for lead generation.
Every listing gets their own web page, right?
Right. So the next thing I was going to jump into with kvCORE is the listings and the core listing machine and what that provides. So every time I list a new property, so I list a new house on Center Street, I can share with the sellers listing activity reports, this really cool report on everybody that's hitting all the different sites. It could say 500 people hit it on Zillow, 300 people hit it on Realtor.com, all the major websites. I can see the web traffic, what's going on there. I can see how many times they're hitting our websites and everything out there. So cool listing activity reports. And then,
does that go to the seller also, Donnie?
Yeah, so that report automatically goes to the seller if I set it up.
So it looks like I'm doing a great job.
Or I can push it to the seller every week or whenever I want to. And then through Listing Machine, it's automatically creating, when I create that new listing, its own personal property webpage for free. So 123 Center Street automatically creates to a new property webpage with beautiful pictures, a video tour, chat built into the page. You've got this beautiful website for your new listing. Well, how much easier is it to get new listings and to keep new listings and get that next referral if I show that I've got these beautiful web pages for each one with virtual tours and chat and all these cool things built into the thing. And anybody that clicks this web page going right back into my lead flow. So it all ties together to create this amazing thing. It will automatically post your new listing to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all your different social media platforms that automatically post it to your pages if you connected them. So it's just amazing the power of clicking all this back in. The last, or not even last, one other really cool thing about kvCORE is for years we would stand up here, and I used to be a top producer guy, and we'd have Market Snapshot. So Market Snapshot was a bedrock of my business.
Favorite.
You talked about I got 75% referrals. Well, one thing I would set up is I had 400 people every day or every month, I guess, that were in my system, and they were getting market reports every month. So people, I'm not going to tell you not to do these things, but we've all seen the winterize your hose bibs and, make sure you've switched your clocks back and switched your furnace filters and all those cutesy emails from CRMs. But what does everybody universally care about? What's going on in their own neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. So if you live in Franklin Farms, he doesn't anymore, he used to, so it's easy to use that. If you live in Franklin Farms, well, you always care about what's going on in your neighborhood, right?
Right.
So I set up Donny Sampson on a market snapshot report. So once a month, he gets a professional market snapshot from me, great branding to me, a map of everything, pictures, information, everything going on Franklin Farms around his neighborhood. That's valuable.
Shows all the sales and
all the sales, everything active, prices up or down, how long on the market. Well, back then I was sending it through market snapshots. 400 people a month were getting that. So I had people that, you know, were getting it for 5 years at a time. I had somebody contact me 7 years later, been like, I haven't talked to you in 7 years. Well, that's bad on me, right? But they got 84 market snapshots from me. So when it's time to sell, who are they going to call? Me. Now, I should have done more things, but that's just one thing that I was doing was the market snapshot. Well, let's take it one step further now with kvCORE. So I'm sending out 500 people market snapshots every month. Well, if you clicked on yours 3 times this week, it's going to alert me because what do I think is probably going on with Donny? He might be thinking about buying or selling, right? He's thinking about something. He's clicking on his market snapshot a little bit too much. Now, maybe that's, you don't have to call him and say, hey, I see you're clicking on your market snapshot, but it's probably a good time to check in with Donny.
Send an email.
Hey, Donny, how's it going? I was just checking in. How's you and the family doing? Or send him an email. Hey, you know, it doesn't have to be about business, but you already know through your intelligence that something's going on there. Now, maybe he's thinking about moving, or somebody's thinking about moving into the area, or maybe he's not liking his wife that much that week. I don't know what's going on. I'm just kidding.
Mike got a new job?
Yeah, got a new job.
And it alerts you to that, don't it? I mean,
yes, if you've changed your job on any kind of social media platform, it's going to alert you to it. So it's the cool thing about that is now all of a sudden it's popping into my CRM, and I know, follow up with Donny, reach out to him at some level because he's clicked on his market snapshot this week. So you've got free market snapshots, the market reports for your listing, all part of Core Listing Social, creating all websites. I mean, there's so much to it. The last really cool element is kvCORE Social. So a lot of people want to be good at social media. Not you. You're already perfect at social media. My dad's not a big social media guy. It's cool. But if you want to be good at social media, you want to have something to say, right? Well, most people don't want to get into it. It's like, what am I going to say, you know? Like, I don't know what to post. I don't know what articles to do. So kvCORE Social, they pay a group of developers to where all they're doing is finding great articles in all of the major fields related to real estate. It might be gardening or home improvement or real estate or all these businesses, mortgages, banking. But it looks like you, so what they do is you set it up and you say, look, post to my social media pages twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays or 3 times a week or whatever it is you want to do. And they're going to post unique, great articles and great information automatically to your social media platforms, making you look like a well-rounded pro.
Nice.
So all of a sudden, Monday I posted some great article about financing. Thursday it was about home improvement. Next Wednesday it was about the real estate market. I mean, you could do other stuff to supplement, but now all of a sudden you've got your own content writers back there finding great articles, market specific, and posting them to your social media pages with kvCORE Social. It's about, now all of a sudden you're memorable in the social media fields for their professional right reasons as opposed to, you know, some wrong reasons.
Well, anytime you get into all that tech, the clients that are getting this and getting reports from you and touching you, they're seeing that you're the pro. You're the one who's technologically savvy.
Yes.
You're tied into the best technology in the industry, and right now, that's who they want to list with.
That's who they're going to contact when it's time for them to sell. Even if they're not noticing it all now, because they're not in the market now, they're noticing. And when it's time, it's going to be your time. Or when that guy at work says, hey, I'm thinking about selling my house, they're going to say, hey, you know, you should call my buddy Donny. He seems great because you're all over the place doing the right things every time they turn around. So I think that all these things that kvCORE Social or kvCORE has to offer, which I've summarized in a few minutes, I mean, we're going to just pour into our agents and your agents too, if you join us, is that we're going to have trainings every day and every week and online and in person. And we are really going to attack this because, you know, some of that is just too much for you to comprehend. You know, it's too much for us to comprehend sometimes. But having this amazing, powerful system is going to help all of our realtors jump to the next level. And for free, they're going to be able to jump in, and they're going to create so many more better lifetime relationships, so many more clients, develop more leads into deals, and that's going to help them and you and us. And it's just it's an amazing product that we're offering out for free. And we're just so excited for the future for how we're going to wake up 6 months from now and all these thousands of people that are engaged and are just going to be so much more productive and so much more locked into their clients' lives because of this.
And don't worry about you having to train this to every one of your agents. Donny and them have got the best training classes where they sit down and we videotape these training classes. So that once we videotape 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different video classes about all the different aspects of kvCORE, all you got to do is direct your realtors right to them.
Yep.
And they can watch those videos or attend the class if
Or
they want.
come in person or watch online, and it's going to be it's going to be a growing process. So we're just all in on this, and I think there's a lot of really good ideas that are going to come from it, a lot of growth with kvCORE. But being a part of this for all of our agents, they're going to see this tremendous growth, and we are committed to the training of it, and I think that's the key.
One point I really had, and I've always told Donny this for years, you can run 100% commission. And I mean, you can have the best company around and not charge the agents anything. But if there's a guy down the street who's doing 70-30, but he's generating a ton of good leads, we're going to lose these people to that person. They'll take the 70 and take all the good leads. So I was always really, really nervous about lead generation. Well, doggone it, this kvCORE has plugged that hole better than anything could have plugged the hole, because that's the best in the business.
Absolutely.
For everything you just described, and it's all lead generation.
And we're going to hold their hand, and kvCORE staff and our staff is going to hold their hand and help them get into it. Says, because we want the highest conversion rate possible. And the good thing about, not that you need to know all behind closed doors, but they're more incentivized, kvCORE as a company, into getting more of our agents engaged, which I like, because you worry about with some of these tech stacks, like, oh, well, Samson's going to cut them a big check every month, then they're going to go away. No, they get more and more money from us, the more engaged that our agents are, and the better they learn the system, and the more they learn the system. Because I wanted them to be engaged in helping us train and learn it and get better at it, and I'm going to pay our staff to get better and train people at it, so that we're all amazing at it together. Because I know we know the better that everybody is on it, the more that they're going to succeed, we're going to succeed, and we're all going to be amazing because of it. So.
Well, one of the things I loved about it, Donny, is they have the agent has the opportunity to buy more Facebook, right? So we're getting in the Facebook ad for free in the open house, but and this is where Donny's saying that kvCORE wants to engage the agents because they want to sell them more stuff, which is fine. But the point is, you're going to get the free Facebook or the free Facebook ad. They're going to ask you, do you want to buy more?
Right.
Would you like more? Samson's giving you a free, beautiful Facebook, but would you like to buy $20 more or $25 more? And it can just get you more exposure. Because me, if I'm going to get my lazy butt up and go do an open house, I want as many people at that open as I can get. So if it says to me, hey, you got this great Facebook ad, but would you like for $25? I'm spending another $50 because I want more Facebook ads for 2 more days on that.
I actually know you're going to say, give me $500 more.
Yeah. That's
Get me as many people on there as Sunday as possible.
Right.
Well, it's right there. Even at $500.
That's right.
If they create one more client a month for me at an open house, it's more than worth it, right?
Darn right.
And that's obviously dramatic. People are going to buy $25, $50 here, but even at $500, if it walks one more client in the door that's my new client once a month, then it was worth the $500 for that ad. So it's going to make it so much easier to run, and it's not just run ads, because we can all run ads right now if we learn how to do it, right? But to run the ads and the capture rate on those leads is the key to me, is that would give me the empowering part to run the ads, because now I know that any ads I run, I'm going to be able to pull them into my web of CRM, and I'm going to be able to continue to follow up with them. The system's going to start automatically nurturing them, and I can hop in. I'm not going to lose those people in the shuffle. The other thing that I'm going to do, we'll talk about Print Center in a second, but this with kvCORE is you can put call to actions on postcards or calls or whatever, or signs, where they click a hashtag, automatically get responded to. Now they're in your web as well. So if they call you, if they respond to a hashtag, if they do whatever, there's so many different ways that you can engage the system that realtors are really going to love. So,
and Donny, and what we've touched, imagine, how does this make you look as a listing agent? How does it make you look as a broker to give this to your agents? And now when you walk into a listing, one of your agents walk into a listing presentation, they're presenting all this stuff, right? I mean, isn't this a beautiful product to walk into a seller and go, listen, when I do open houses, I lay out these Facebook ads, we lay out postcards, we lay out this, that, and as we get all the returns in, you can
it's lights out. I'm going to send you daily reports on showings and how many it's been hit on all the different public websites, and I mean, it's lights out.
It makes you look like a technology genius pro.
We're going to have your own separate property website with virtual tours and chat functions. And
it makes you look like a top flight professional. And the good thing about it is you can take somebody that's been in the business 6 months or a year. And with all because we have classes on listing presentations, so don't worry about that. We've got classes that they can attend to show pre-listing presentations, listing presentations, and every aspect of it. We've got special classes that we do for that. So even if they're in the business 6 months or a year, they can take all this stuff we've given them, put together a dynamite listing presentation and go in there and win listings right out of the gate.
Absolutely.
With all this great stuff you've put together for them.
Yep. So kvCORE is awesome. It's going to be a bedrock of our future, but I think we want to give you a full encompassing look at how great it is and why you'd want to be on board there and how that's going to translate to realtors loving it and their success, which leads to your success when it comes to more deals, closing in your branch, but also more deals closing through Cardinal Title Group. So I think that we're really excited about it, and that's kind of a good summary of where kvCORE, where it's going to take us in the next few months, I think.
I love it, Donnie. And then when you get people in here loving it and getting engaged in it, what are they going to do? They're going to talk to their colleagues out there who are realtors with the other company they came from, and they're going to say, you got to see this, man. They've given us everything. This kvCORE is bringing me leads in. That's how you draw the realtors in from those other companies later on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a win-win for everybody, buddy.
Yes.
All right, good. Okay.